You're listening to The Cultured Bumpkin, a literature podcast with Jake Phillips, where we present audiobook quality readings of the classics for your enjoyment. Thank you for stopping by. And remember, just because you're a bumpkin doesn't mean you can't be cultured. Hello and welcome to The Cultured Bumpkin. I'm Jake. On this episode, we're continuing through Henry Beers' From Chaucer to Tennyson, and we're going to read a little bit today about Francis Bacon and have a short poem reading. Now, Francis Bacon, I don't know when he was born. I couldn't find that. He died in 1626, I know that. He was an English philosopher, statesman, scientist, jurist, orator, and author who is considered the father of empiricism. His works argued for the possibility of scientific knowledge based only upon inductive reasoning and careful observation of events in nature. More importantly, he argued this could be achieved by use of a skeptical and methodical approach whereby scientists aim to avoid misleading themselves. Bacon's writing is known for its clarity, precision, and wit. He popularized the essay form, writing on a wide range of topics including love, ambition, friendship, and the nature of truth. He believed that writing should be clear and concise and that it should serve a useful purpose. While not primarily known for his poetry, he did produce verse and was certainly influenced by the poets of his age, which was the time of the English Renaissance. William Shakespeare, Christopher Marlowe, and Edmund Spenser were some of his contemporaries who were changing the landscape of English literature. Bacon's interest in rhetoric and the use of language to persuade is evident in his writing, and he was a master of the art of rhetoric. He believed that rhetoric could be used to promote understanding and to advance the cause of truth. Today, Bacon is still studied by philosophers, scientists, and historians. His ideas about the scientific method and the importance of inductive reasoning remain influential, and his essays continue to be read and admired for their wisdom and insight. In general, the atmosphere of his intellect is not drenched or bloodied by the affections. Dr. Johnson said that the wine of Bacon's writing was a dry wine. So he doesn't drip with some of the, sentimentality that some of the other ones around this time were dripping with. So today we're going to read a poem, a very short little poem called The Life of Man. And it goes like this. The world's a bubble, and the life of man less than a span. In his conception, wretched, from the womb, so to the tomb. Cursed from his cradle, and brought up to years with cares and fears. Who then to frail mortality shall trust, but limbs on water, or but rights in dust? Yet whilst with sorrow here we live oppressed, what life is best? Courts are but only superficial schools to dandle fools. The rural parts are turned into a den of savage men. And where's a city from foul vice so free, but may be termed the worst of all the three? Domestic cares afflict the husband's bed or pains his head. Those that live single take it for a curse or do things worse. Some would have children. Those that have them moan or wish them gone. What is it then to have or have no wife, but single thraldom or a double strife? Our own affections still at home to please is a disease. To cross the seas to any foreign soil, peril and toil. Wars with their noise affright us when they cease. We are worse in peace. What then remains but that we still should cry for being born or being born to die? The poem kind of explores the human experience from birth to death. And that is The Life of Man by Francis Bacon. And if you're looking up poetry, make sure to check out allpoetry.com. I really like that one. It's just a really good site, has a lot of great poems, and then a lot of great information about the author and about the poem. And then it has other stuff. You know, if you like Francis Bacon, you would like whatever. So, definitely check out allpoetry.com. It's a great site. If you want to know when my next audiobook goes up, make sure you send me an email at theculturedbumpkin@gmail.com. and I'll let you know when the next full audiobook drops. And other than that, I thank you very much for listening, and I will see you next time. You've been listening to The Cultured Bumpkin, a literature podcast with Jake Phillips. Thank you very much for listening. I really do appreciate it. If you enjoyed this, would you mind going and subscribing and leaving a nice review on whatever podcast platform you heard this on? I would really appreciate it. Thank you very much for listening, and we'll see you next time.